Okay, let's talk about marketing. We're in the local, small, pretty much brick and mortar and remote business category, micro and small. So again, for the most part, that's from like startup to 8 figures, $10 million in revenue. I mean, there's small businesses that are doing 50 and 60 million. But our niche, the majority of Simcoe County, is 0 to 10 million. Not a lot of businesses above that, probably single digit percentage points. So how do you get to be one of those $10 million businesses? We're not there yet. I say yet because that's definitely our goal, and the trajectory of our business says that we will likely get there within a 5 to 6 year period. Why? Because our growth is predictable. Why? Because we spend what we do on marketing. It really just comes down to that. We spend about $17K a month on marketing now. When we started at 0, then we went to 1,500, then we went to $4,000, then we went to 10 grand, 15, and now we're hovering around 17 for the last little while. And why would we do that? That's a huge amount of money that we could put back into our pocket. So for the mindsets out there that marketing is an expense or marketing doesn't work, I encourage you to flip it. Sean and I credit a huge portion of our success to marketing. Expenses is money spent and gone. Investment is money spent and multiplied. Marketing is an investment. Marketing is an investment. And I want to just talk about some stats here. For people who think about ROI, we like to share these stats because perspective is a big deal in business. It's our mindset that determines the outcome of our business. How we think up here is what happens in reality. In reality, that's your business. Does your business move forward or not is often how you think about it. So Warren Buffett's return since 1965, his average return, 20%. 20%, he puts in $1, he gets at $1.20. Stock market, roughly 10%. You put in $1, you get at $1.10. Real estate, roughly somewhere around 10%. You put in $1, you get at $1.10. Marketing done right can be a 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 30 to 1, 40 to 1 return over time. But obviously that's a very hard goal to achieve. But you can't really get that on average with any of those other examples. You can get that with marketing. And you and I have had up to a 200 to 1 return on a campaign. 200 to 1. We put in $1, we got out 200. Now, it didn't last forever, but it lasted for several months. And in those several months, we spent on this particular campaign, $2,000, so $6,000, and we got out, upwards to 200 times that amount in sales revenue that will be paid back over the next 3 years. That is a massive return. And we are not some unique business that's cracked the code that no one else can do. We just follow certain habits and principles that we've been taught from the Hermosis, the Gary V's, the Russell Brunsons, even the Tony Robbins, the guys I keep repeating over and over and over again. Marketing is not an expense, it's an investment. But I think this is really a tangible and actionable process to talk about. Tell us how you would break it down. How do we break down our total marketing spend from branding, lead gen, and experimental?
So taking the total 100% of whatever that budget is, because everybody's going to have a different budget.
Yep.
About 70 to 80% of that total budget for us is spent on branding.
So just give me a one-liner. What is branding for marketing? Spending 70 to 80% on branding, what does that mean?
Foundation for growth. It's constantly communicating out to our ideal audience that we exist. This is the problem that we solve. We stay there. We invest in them before they decide to purchase.
Are you asking? Are you giving a promo? Are you
None of
taking
that.
anything?
No asking, just being there, supporting them and things that they're interested in, being on the most popular platforms. We just live there so they know we exist. So over the course of time, we get familiarity. Familiarity breeds trust. If you get trust pre-purchase, when they decide that they're in the market for said product or service, we have a better chance at earning the business over our competitors.
Beautiful. So 70, 80% giving value, not asking for anything in return. What's the next one?
Then 20 to 25%, we spend that on lead gen.
What is that?
So lead gen is putting an offer out, a lead magnet, a promo, but basically asking for the sale. Once that trust has been converted, we're always doing the trust building activities.
Trust has been built.
Yes, and then we convert that trust into sales. So taking somebody who's in the top 1 to 3% of the market at all times, grabbing them and moving them through the sales funnel very quickly.
Yeah.
right? And then the last, we like to experiment. Got to experiment. It's a smaller portion of the budget, but 10 to 15%. Very important to try little things here and there, but it shouldn't be the 70 to 80% of the budget. So we do that on experimental marketing and seeing if there's a little this, a little that, something that could potentially work or fit within our business, whether that's marketing assistant, this and that.
Yeah, so some of that's been on AI, some of that's been on charities, some of that's been on podcasts, some of that's been on other stuff. But 80 to 90% of our stuff is branding, giving value without asking for anything in return, lead gen, 20 to 25%, asking for something in return for that value, converting that trust.
If you don't feed the machine, don't expect it to run.